What's going on, guys? Dan here with the Regular Guy Garage. In this video, I'm going to go over how to set up the air conditioning system for a Godzilla swap on a Foxbody using the Fathead Garage wiring harness, as well as the Holley conversion kit that uses the Sandin SB10 air compressor. So here's the harness that comes from Fathead Garage. They also give you a set of instructions. It includes everything, and then, you know, he basically said, hey, if you can't figure something out, just shoot him an email or hit him up on Facebook. The harness is very nice, all put together. It's got the integrated relay, fuse, and then all of your connections. To include, I sent them a note and said I'm using the Foxbody R130 for a trinary switch. So it has that connector. It has a the AC on signal, so this will hook to the purple wire inside of the cab. So when you turn the AC on, it will be the signal wire to turn the AC on. It has your input for your IAC kick and then your output for the AC shutdown. It has a ground cable connection, and then the connection for this Sandin air compressor or AC compressor. But if you are using some sort of different setup, you just let them know, and he has a little drop down, but you can put some notes in there too, and they will set it up for whatever you're using. So this is the project that I have right now. This is a Godzilla 2024 model, but I had to switch a lot of it to 20 to 22. And then I'm using the Holley kit, which pulls all of the accessories in. It comes with this air compressor. I've got some hoses that I had to make and run, but I am using the Foxbody air conditioning system. For the accumulator, I use the 4-cylinder one because the V8 one, where the hose runs around here, it basically would have made me have to run the hose that way and back this way. So the 4-cylinder one for, I believe, 82 to 85 has that straight fitting coming off, and it's just a suction line, so you can use some sort of AC clip or worm gear clip, hose clamp, whatever, which is what I have on it. For my 12 volt, I think there's a 12, yeah, sorry, there's also an ignition 12 volt switch. So I installed a fuse panel which runs off this relay, and these are just 12 volt trigger wires that trigger other relays. So I do still have 3 open ports here in the engine bay. I will go ahead and wire that one into there. The trinary switch is right there, so that'll just plug right in. And then I got my input-output connectors from the Holley Terminator X into these Deutsch connectors here. So these are my inputs, which the AC or the IAC kick will run into here, and then the AC shutdown will run into here. So these are, again, the outputs and then the inputs on the Terminator X. So this is a very straightforward install. On this fuse panel too, there's a ground side on the back side. Let me see if I can zoom in on it for you guys. So the back side, those small lugs, and then there's another one back there, that is a ground side. So I will just ground it to that, because that is ground right to the chassis. So that will all work perfectly fine. And then don't mind the interior. I still have to put it back together, but we're gonna go ahead and pull this off, which it should be, that one's broke. So it'll just be, well, it'll essentially be these 4, but it's been off before. So for me, it's just gonna be these 2. I'll pull this off. And what we're looking for is when you switch between here and here, it will actually be sending your 12 volts. So, and I was told this is a purple wire, so I'll pull this off really quick and then we'll dig into it. All right, so pulling the switch out, there's actually a white wire with a purple stripe, and then it looks like it's either a yellow or a green with a purple stripe. So I have this 12 volt lead into on this car, right? Yellow with, or green with purple stripe. And then when I tap it to a ground, it's showing like a volt-ish. When I turn the AC on, it's got 12 volts. All right, so AC on normal, 12 volts. So basically I have power 12 volts here and here, which is the AC. So this will kick the compressor on, or at least signal to the relay to turn the compressor on. And then when I'm using the heat, this doesn't have hardly any voltage. It's like less than a volt or a volt. So 12 volts, nothing, 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 nothing. So really it's, and what I do is I kind of skin this wire a little. So on this car, It's this kind of green, yellowish color with the purple stripe. So I'll cut it and give it a little bit of lead. So this way I can, you know, I don't wanna cut it too short. But I'll basically tap into this one, and then that'll be that wire from the harness. All right, so the screws that come out, like I said, mine has the 2 because this tab broke off. But these are 1/4 inch head. So either 1/4 inch head or whatever that would be for metric, but I just use a 1/4 inch to get both of them out. All right, so realistically, what I'm gonna do is run this harness into the car. So this will be all inside of the car along with my, where was it? Along with the AC on signal, this wire will also be in the car. And then the rest of these will come out, but I'll show you the connections all out here just because it's gonna be easier instead of watching me run everything. So my 12-volt switched wire, like I said, I created a switched panel, which these all switch on relays. So I will just run this wire to this side of the fuse block and then pop a 5-amp fuse in there. So that's that connection. The trinary switch connection will just slide right into your trinary switch. Pretty straightforward and easy. All right, that'll clip in there. My input, and then AC shutdown is going to be an output. And the Holley book outlines which ones you can use. So it already has them kind of pre-labeled. This output 3 for the Godzilla would run the oil pump control solenoid. I'm not using that, but I'm also not going to pin into that. So I'll just do this one at output number 4, which is the gray and green wire. So this other one is my fan output. So you can see the gray and green right there at the bottom. So I will just pin into this block right here on this Deutsch connector. And then the AC input, since I have no inputs, I'll just use the one they call for, which is the white and blue wire. So that AC or the IAC kick will go right there to this white and blue wire. So to this one right here. Okay, so that's those 2 connections, which this one ironically is already white and blue. And then what was my last one? The ground wire. Like I had mentioned, you really just connect this to any chassis ground. I'm just gonna ground it to the ground portion of my fuse box. Very self-explanatory. Any steel portion of the body or block, as long as the body is obviously grounded, which it should be, but that's all you do for connecting that. And then the actual AC connector wire, and again, this is for the sand in. It already has the lead coming off of it. So this would just slip right into there, okay? So that's all the connections. I'm gonna go ahead and connect everything really quick. I'll show you guys the finished product of where I put everything. And then at the end of this video, I will actually get a shot of it working. All right, so you guys can see what I did. The red pinkish wire here, that really should be a 5-amp fuse. I didn't have any 5, so I threw a 10 in for now. And then, hold on, it might get blurry for a second, but this pin right here, that one, you can kind of see that black kind of, it's this wire right here running to it. That's where I grounded it to. That's a ground bar right there. So now I got a cover for that. I'll throw the cover over it. So that's those 2 connections. I've got my sand-in wire hooked to the compressor. So this is what's going to turn on the compressor. My inputs and outputs, like I said. I've got the output going to output number 4. So now I'll need to pin that in the software. And then the input going into input number 1, which is the blue and yellow. And then I've really just kind of created like a little bird's nest here with the rest of the wires. So I'll just tuck that back in here. I've got some other wires that I'm not using, like the idle air control and TPS and all that stuff, since I have the electronic throttle body. And then I've just got the relay kind of tucked up under here. What I'll do is just zip tie this stuff off so it doesn't really wiggle around. And then again, my wire, I already put that back, but that other wire for the 12-volt switch power, on mine, it was the green and purple wire, or yellow and purple, whatever. But either way, turn it on and test it. So this way you're getting the right wire when you trigger your AC on. Otherwise, you're gonna totally mess it up. So, oh, and then lastly, like I said, with the trinary switch, mine's kind of hidden back here. Let's see if I can find it. You can barely see the top of the connector right there. So that just slides onto there, the Foxbody R134A trinary switch. All right, guys, so I apologize for a little bit of the glare. So for after you got everything set up, what you need to do is set it up in the software. So you're gonna go up here to the little computer, the Terminator X thing, basic IO. And then you're gonna wanna turn on your AC shutdown and then your IAC kick. So it's set at 0 and then this one's 50. Honestly, you're probably gonna have to play with it a little. I'll just throw in like 3% for now. And then as the AC kicks on and I get the idle dialed in, I can adjust it from there. And then max TPS, so what this is gonna do is, if I'm over 50%, that's probably a little too low. I'll do like 70. So if I'm over 70%, it'll shut the AC off. And then anything over 220 degrees, it'll shut the AC off as well. So then after that, you gotta go to the pin map and then it'll pull up your pins. So these are the inputs. So this is the IAC kick or the AC kick, which I had pinned to number 1, which is that blue and white wire. So you just drag it and drop it to number 1, right? Ground activated input. And then you got to go to your outputs. And the AC shutdown I've got in number 4. So I'll just pull that down and it's a ground activated. Now it's pinned in number 4, which is where I have it wired up out there. After that, you just got to key on. I do have the USB dongle, so really all I have to do, sorry for the beeper, the bell or whatever. See, it's saying, hey, there's a difference in the system. You want to send that to the ECU. It'll probably tell me to key off. Yep, okay, key off. But now those pins are activated, so should be good to go. All right, so being the car has no refrigerant in it, I jumped the pressure switch, the trinary switch, just so I can then test this wire to show you that it works. So as I switch the switch on, I should see 12 volts, and then as I switch it off, it'll show nothing. So as you can see right now, I've got it switched on. And then I've got one lead on a ground, and then so I'll just touch that there. And of course, it's probably not touching the ground. There you go, 12 volts. So now I'll shut it off. So it's now turned off. I've still got my lead there, and we got nothing. I know this video is kind of wonky. I think everyone can figure out the correct process to do it, but very straightforward. You know, if you're kind of like me, like I was originally, pulling my hair out, like, man, why is this thing not turning on? The system's, it has PAG oil in it, but it's empty of refrigerant, so that pressure switch is not going to turn on. So I'll have to vacuum out the system. We'll pull a vacuum on it, suck a bunch of refrigerant in, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope this helps whoever is trying to set this up. And yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you on the next one.